Routing Information Protocol. Routing Information Protocol is a Distance Vector Interior Gateway Protocol, IGP, which is used by routers to exchange routing information. RIP prevents routing loops by implementing a limit on the number of hops. RIP uses hop count to determine the best path between two locations. Hop count is the number of routers the packet must go through till it reaches the destination network. The maximum number of hop count of 15 by default, which means a hop count of 16 is considered an infinite distance, and the route is considered unreachable. RIP works well in small networks, but it is inefficient on large networks with slow WAN links or on networks with a large number of routers installed. RIP uses the User Datagram Protocol, UDP, as its transport protocol and is assigned the reserved port number 520. Open Standard Protocol. Distance Vector Protocol. Broadcast the updates by 255.255.255.255. Administrative distance is 120. RIP2 uses 224.0.0.9 multicast address to send update. The administrative distance value of RIP2 is 120. Metric used by RIP2 is hop count. Max hop count limit is 15. Update timer is 30 seconds. RIP timers. Update timer, it is an interval of 30 seconds between two routing update. Each RIP enables the router to send its complete routing table to all neighboring routers every 30 seconds. This method is called the periodic update method. Invalid, hold timer. Invalid time define how much longer a router should wait for an update from the neighboring router. It is usually 180 seconds. If a router does not receive any update from a specific neighbor for 180 seconds, then the router is declared as dead and all routes from that router are declared as invalid. Invalid times do not remove any entry from the routing table by marking it as invalid for a specific period of time. Flash timer. Flash timer is the time between a route becoming invalid and its removal from the routing table, which is 240 seconds. Versions. RIP version 1, RIP1 does not carry subnet information, lacking support for variable length subnet masks, VLSM. This limitation makes it impossible to have different sized subnets inside the same network class. All subnet in a network class must have the same size. There is also no support for router authentication, making RIP vulnerable to various attacks. RIP version 2, due to the deficiencies of the original RIP specification, RIP version 2 was developed. It includes the ability to carry subnet information, thus supporting classless inter-domain routing, CIDR. RIP2 multicast the entire routing table to all adjacent routers at the address 224.0.0.9, as opposed to RIP1 which uses broadcast. Unicast addressing is still allowed for special applications. Router tags were also added to RIP version 2. Syntax. Router config hash router RIP. Router config router hash network XXXX. Router config router hash network XXXX. Router config router hash version 2. To configure RIP on router array we use the following command. Router config hash router RIP. Router config router hash network 192.168.0.0. Router config router hash network 192.168.1.0. Router config router hash version 2.
So click on router 1, go to CLI and press enter. Type enable to go to privilege mode. We have to advertise our connected networks. For this, type show IP route connected. Type configure terminal to go to global configuration mode. Here we can configure our routing protocols. Type router RIP. Type version 2. Type no auto summary. Type network 192.168.0.0. Then type network 192.168.0.172. then type exit and again type exit and save it with the right command. Close the window, click on router 2 and go to CLI. Press enter, type enable to go to privilege mode, type show IP route connected, type configure terminal to go to global configuration mode, type router RIP, type version 2, type no auto summary, type network 192.168.0.128, type network 192.168.0.172, type network 192.168.0.176, type exit, then type exit and save it with the right command. Close the window, click on router 3 and go to CLI. Press enter, type enable to go to privilege mode, type show IP route connected, type configure terminal to go to global configuration mode, type router RIP, type version 2, type no auto summary, type network 192.168.0.160, type network 192.168.0.176, type network 192.168.0.180 and type exit and save it with the right command. Close the window, click on router 4 and go to CLI. Press enter, type enable to go to privilege mode, type show IP route connected, type configure terminal to go to global configuration mode, type router RIP, type version 2, type no auto summary, type network 192.168.0.168, type network 192.168.0.180, type exit and save it with the right command. Now it's time for verification. Open router 1 on privilege mode, type show IP route. You can see that connected networks which is denoted by C. Also there is R which means RIP. The AD value of RIP is 120. You can see that reference matrix for router 2 the matrix is 1 because there is one hop from router 1 to router 2. Router 2 is the next hop. For router 3 the matrix is 2 because there is 2 hop from router 1 to router 3. Router 2 is the first hop and router 3 is the second hop. For router 4 the matrix is 3 because there is 3 hop from router 1 to router 4. Router 2 is the first hop, router 3 is the second hop and router 4 is the third hop. That's how RIP matrix work. Now open router 2 and type show IP route. You can see that connected networks which is denoted by C and also R which means RIP. Now open router 3, type show IP route. You can see that connected networks and RIP. Now open router 4 on privilege mode, type show IP route. You can see that connected networks which is denoted by C and also R which means RIP. The AD value of RIP is 120. Now open any PC, then verify that PCs are communicating with each other or not. Go to desktop and go to CMD and type the IP address ping 192.168.0.170. Here you can see that replies are coming from that PC. That means our configuration is successful. So that is for today. Remember, learning is everything. So in the next video, we're gonna do EIGRP configuration. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.